Hi everyone, Aaron and Chris with Perfect Postures. So what we're going to do, we're going to show you two exercises that we use for basically helping change the position of the hip and how that affects the knee and how that directly affects the foot and the ankle. So what we talked about with the Ask Aaron was we talked a little bit about that Sever's disease, which is a condition where the Achilles tendon, which is that cord in the back of your leg, how that attaches to your heel bone, your calcaneus. Well, you have that growth plate there, and what happens is that becomes irritated and creates inflammation. Usually it happens again with younger either kids or teenage athletes. So what we're going to do, the first exercise, and you want to do them in this sequence, is really important. So the first one, Chris is sitting against the wall. His buttocks is all the way up against the wall. His feet are hip width. Make sure when you do this, we're going to keep the feet flexed straight up and down. Don't let your feet turn out at all. That's really important, especially for alignment issues. And then from there, Chris is trying to arch his low back away from the wall. And what that'll do is as he arches the back away from the wall, it actually put more of a stretch in the back of the legs. So this is really effective because we're not only stretching the hamstrings, but we're also stretching the calves. And then the calves, essentially, your soleus and gastroc, which are your two calf muscles, blend together. That forms your Achilles tendon that crosses and attaches to that heel. So really important. So you're getting a stretch, but at the same time, you're getting a strength. The strength being the back muscles are strengthening, and he's tightening his quads or thigh muscles. Those muscles do the opposite action of the muscles in the back of the leg. And then when he flexes his feet back, he's using the shin muscles. And so now you're getting a stretch in the back of the legs, with strengthening on the front portion of the legs. So you're going to hold that for anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. I know it seemed like a long time, but you really want to let the body set into that position. Exercise 2. Chris is going to line his back. We're putting a strap around the knees. The knees are going to be about hip width apart. So what's going to happen here is you're going to flex your knees and your hips up to 90 degrees. You put pressure out against the strap. That's important because we're trying to get those rotator muscles of the hip to engage. Not to mention what the hip flexors are doing, and then your abdominal muscles, they're contracting as well. So the whole time you're keeping pressure against the strap, you're going to rotate your feet in toward each other, and you want to try to make as big of a circle as you can make. You're going to do that 20 times. After 20, you're going to reverse the direction. Big circles you can make. After 20, you're going to stop. You're going to point your feet and pull them all the way back toward you. Point your feet, pull all the way back. The key here is not to rotate from the whole lower leg when you're doing these movements, but to keep the lower leg as still as possible and only move from your ankle and your feet. So remember, 20 opposite, and then 20 point flexes, and then those are your two exercises. So again, the idea here is to strengthen and try to help change the mechanics of why that Achilles is getting irritated. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.